Merci de nous rejoindre dans ce décryptage sur Africa 24. Dans cette édition, nous recevons l'ambassadeur Albert Muchanga, commissaire de l'Union africaine au développement économique, au commerce, à l'industrie et aux mines, en marge du premier Forum Afrique-Caraïbes sur le commerce et l'investissement qui s'est déroulé du 1er au 3 septembre 2022 à Bridgetown, à la Barbade. L'ambassadeur Albert Muchanga nous parle de sa vision pour le renforcement du commerce et de l'investissement entre l'Afrique et les Caraïbes. Ambassadeur Albert Muchanga, merci de nous rejoindre sur Africa 24. Vous êtes le commissaire de l'Union africaine au développement économique, au commerce, à l'industrie et aux mines. Et vous avez participé au premier Forum Afrique-Caraïbes sur le commerce et l'investissement. Quelle est votre vision pour le renforcement des échanges commerciaux entre l'Afrique et les Caraïbes?
The vision is to deepen commercial exchanges, to increase trade exchanges, to increase investment exchanges. And the opportunities are vast. Both regions have resources which can be exchanged. Africa imports a lot of fish from other parts of the world. This region is a major supplier of fish. Africa looks forward to developing tourism across Africa. This region has a lot of experience in the promotion and development of tourism. So there are vast opportunities for exchange. And we offer the Caribbean region a huge population base of 1.4 billion people, which around 2015 is going to grow to a level where it will be 25% of the world's population. So that offers a vast market.
Comment l'Afrique peut-elle tirer parti de plateformes telles que le Forum Afrique-Caraïbes sur le commerce et l'investissement pour accélérer sa croissance économique?
Several ways, one of which is transport linkages. I came on a chartered plane, not commercial flight. I came on a chartered plane from Addis Ababa to here. It's financed by the African Export-Import Bank. And there were about 103 of us in that plane. And if a majority of those people have follow-up initiatives during the course of the discussion, there's going to be increased traffic between the two regions. And the African Export-Import Bank is ready to finance such linkages to enable companies acquire aircraft or set up offices between so that they can fly. So if we develop transport and the communication linkages, that's the first step, then there will be enhanced engagement between the two regions. The next issue is to have information about investment and trade opportunities between the two regions. At the African Union, we've moved very, very far. We've created the African Trade Observatory. And within that observatory, we're also going to create a window, which is going to be an investment observatory. So people are able to see a wide range of trade and investment opportunities across Africa. And our colleagues from this region will be able to make use of that information to go into business-to-business engagements with the rest of the African countries. We also have the Intra-African Trade Fair, which every 2 years brings more than 1,000 people as buyers and sellers or people looking for investment opportunities. We will be encouraging our colleagues from the Caribbean to come and attend our trade fair. The next is going to be held in Côte d'Ivoire around November next year, 2023, in Côte d'Ivoire, Abidjan, Côte d'Ivoire, so that they can also engage in those networking activities. So this is the direction in which we are moving.
La zone de libre-échange continentale africaine est officiellement entrée en vigueur en janvier 2021, mais les experts affirment que le commerce dans le cadre de cet accord n'a pas vraiment démarré. Qu'est-ce qui explique cette réticence à implémenter effectivement la ZLECAf et comment remédier à cette situation?
Well, it takes a long time to really translate an agreement into sustainable trade flows. And you can really salute our colleagues at the African Continental Free Trade Area Secretariat in Accra, Ghana. They've been doing a lot of background work to make it possible. They've come up with a dispute settlement mechanism so that if there are any disputes among the people involved in trade, they can be used as a platform for resolving those disputes. And they have been able to more or less work towards conclusion of work on the rules of origin. So I give them credit for all that. That under the basis of that, they've identified the 7 countries so far to start the actual process of trading. So let's just give them time. They're moving in the right direction. And in the near future, we should be able to see increased intra-African trade flows. And we are supporting them at the African Union by promoting deeper industrialization across Africa. Because for the African continental free trade area to work, it must be anchored on manufactured goods. It must be anchored on agro-processed goods. Of course, in addition to trade in services. We cannot base it on commodities. We need to base it on value-added products. And these are generated through manufacturing and agro-processing.
Les barrières douanières entravent considérablement le commerce et l'investissement entre les États. Quelle stratégie pour limiter ces barrières afin de renforcer le commerce intra-africain?
There are several barriers. Custom barriers, it means you remove tariffs. So our colleagues at the African Continental Free Trade Area are in the process of promoting trade liberalization by eventually creating a regime of zero tariff levels across all the sectors. We've agreed that as a starting point, we should move towards eliminating tariff levels to zero among 90% of the products to be traded. The other 10% it will take some time as a result of a number of other strategic concerns like food security concerns, industrialization, and other aspects. So the first one is tariff liberalization. And the basis of creating a free trade area is commitment to removal of tariff barriers. So they are working on that one. Then we also have what are called non-tariff barriers. And they are vast means. Some importer can deny entry of certain products by saying they do not meet our standards. That's a non-tariff barriers. A country can deny an expert to work in another country because they do not recognize the professional qualifications of that expert. That's a non-tariff barriers. So we are working on the removal of non-tariff barriers. So we are removing both tariff and non-tariff barriers to create a liberalized market, which eventually want to see it as one single African market. And when it becomes one single market, it means that there will be zero tariff levels across. So it becomes a domestic market in that sense.
L'Afrique a un énorme potentiel minier. Le continent abrite plus de 30% des réserves minérales totales du monde. Comment l'Afrique peut-elle mieux exploiter ses ressources afin de tirer pleinement parti de son potentiel minier?
The road towards that is industrialization. Those vast minerals, if they can be exploited within the continent, we can achieve a lot. Right now, we are going towards a green transition. And one of the aspects of green transition is to remove carbon dioxide in our society. So if you go towards electric motor vehicles, it means you stop using on petroleum products. So there's a vast opportunities to come up with electric car batteries, which can be used instead of using petroleum products. That's an opportunity. And Zambia and DRC, the Democratic Republic of the Congo, have entered into a memorandum of understanding to start the process of creating electric car batteries. Agriculture is another area. Africa has vast arable lands. We've got very good weather. We've got a huge amount of water. So we needed to exploit that agricultural potential. And to this end, we have teamed up with the African Development Bank to see if we can, as a result of the initial reaction to the supply disruption created through what is happening in Ukraine, we can produce enough food across the continent so that we no longer depend on imports from outside.
Ambassadeur Albert Muchanga, commissaire de l'Union africaine au développement économique, au commerce, à l'industrie et aux mines, merci d'avoir accepté notre invitation. À vous, merci de nous avoir suivis. Restez sur Africa 24 pour les prochaines éditions.